And it's still very tomatoey, which is nice because I wanted it to be a tomato-based soup. I didn't necessarily want it to be that tomatoey, but hey. Hey guys, so Square and Cubed, and I just want to cook something because I'm hungry and I want soup, but I don't want any of the soup that I bought because I've been eating it like constantly and I'm tired of it. So I'm gonna try to make like some sort of black bean lentil soup. I don't know, I didn't look up a recipe. I don't know what it's gonna taste like. I'm just going with it. So I have carrots. I don't know if I'm gonna use 1 or 2. I don't really know the ratios of things yet, but we're gonna see how it turns out at the end. I have some stalks of celery. I'm not a fan of celery, but in a soup or a stew, something instead of me cooking for a long time, it's okay. I have, what would you call this? Probably a quarter of white onion, yellow onion. I actually don't remember, but a quarter of an onion. I have chicken stock. It's a bouillon cube. You put it in water, it turns into chicken stock. It's super easy, or chicken broth rather. Tomato paste, black beans, obvi, lentils, and then olive oil to fry like the aromatics and stuff in. Not really so much fries and just like get color and start to soften them. And then tentatively for spice, I have paprika and cumin. Chives is just going to be something like I might sprinkle on top, but I'm probably going to change these depending on like how it tastes. In the meanwhile, I need to go shave these little bad boys and then give them a good rinse, so I'll be right back. Everything has been rinsed, carrots are shaved. So normally when I do a stew, it has meat in it, so it takes a long time to cook, but there's no meat in this, so I might actually just do the carrots first because they'll need to soften more. I typically start with the onion because I want it to get really, really transparent, but the onion and the celery are gonna absorb a lot of water while they're cooking anyway, so it's kind of more the carrot that I'm gonna worry about. So let's start with that. I am by no means good at chopping vegetables, by the way, so enjoy. What I want is about that thick, but I'm probably gonna cut this into thirds or quarters even, because it's like too, like obviously if you had soup and you bit into that, you'd be like, what the hell? Okay, I'm gonna finish chopping these, but I also want to throw like maybe a tablespoon into my little pan and start getting that hot. I'm putting it on medium. I don't really measure, so we're just gonna do this and like count silently, like 1, 2, 3, all right. That's probably about a tablespoon. Also, I like how I said I was gonna count silently and then I counted out loud. Yeah. All right, carrots are, okay, carrots are good. I think I should have also kept in mind that I'm trying to only make like 1 bowl of soup because I don't want leftovers, and I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna have lots of leftovers. My oil, it's a little bit liquid, it's shiny, and it moves really easily. I'm gonna say that that's good enough for what we're gonna be doing. So I'm actually gonna do the onions first because the celery is gonna cook the fastest. So I'm not good at cutting onion specifically. And I find it always sticks to my knife. I don't know what to do about that. I'm gonna lower the heat on carrots because they're getting a little too wild in there. We'll dump in this onion while I'm doing the rest of it. Like my onions and carrots, it smells really good right now, and it's barely anything in the pan. I'm not a fan of celery, but I usually just cut the ends off and then chop up, throw in the pan. It'll be okay. I do want them to be small because I don't really want to know that they're there. As it should be with celery. So that's about the size that I'm looking for. It's super little, like smaller than bite size. This is probably way too much celery, by the way. I turned the heat back up to medium. I had it down a little low because the carrots were getting too excited, and we're just gonna let those sit for a little minute, kind of get to know each other a little more, and then we will come back and start adding all the good stuff. Okay, y'all, I added about a quarter of a cup to a half a cup of water. I'm still probably gonna add a little bit more. I added more on like the quarter cup side, and I started to put my tomato paste in, and I realized I messed up. So when I bought this, I intended on using it for a spaghetti sauce. I was like, this is perfect, this will help make enough sauce. I forgot that I usually get the 6-ounce cans of tomato paste, and this is a 12-ounce can, and for some reason that didn't click until like literally just now. So there's already too much tomato in here. It may not taste good, and we might have to reformulate our plan. But I'm gonna keep rolling with it for now. It's a little bit thick, obviously, because like this is like super thick stuff. So I'm probably gonna add more water because otherwise this is no longer a soup. It's more like a pate. Yeah, that's how you know it's too thick. So we're gonna add like maybe another half a cup of water. I think just to kind of balance out how much tomato is in there, because it was more than what I expected, I'm gonna do 2 of the bouillon cubes, and I think they require a cup of water each. You know, they honestly don't say, so feel it out. You'll know if it's right or not. The lentils are gonna be the only thing I'm measuring, mostly because it's just easier. I think probably a quarter of a cup is gonna be fine. The lentils, I had to look up a lot how to cook with them, what to use with them. They take about 45 minutes to cook in a liquid, so we'll kind of let them chill out there. And we are gonna go with our cumin and all that. I don't feel like taking the little plastic part off because it's just really annoying. You know what? I guess it's worth it to take the little plastic piece off to get a true tablespoon. We're gonna go with probably like half a tablespoon. A little cumin goes a long way. Paprika, because it's just one of my favorites. I put it on my eggs every morning. It's so good. Okay, we're gonna go again with like probably about half a tablespoon of that. That's what I like about cooking, is like you can get the measurements wrong and still make something good. Every time I bake, it's like I forget something and like my cookies come out flat or weird, you know? So this is just easier. Beans have been rinsed. It looks like they really don't need to cook that long, but I'm gonna throw them in now because I do kind of want them to be nice and soft. I'm gonna let that cook for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then we will check on it and see what we need to do from there. The soup is pretty much done. Everything's fully cooked through. It tastes wonderful. I did have to make a few tweaks. I added a little bit more water, added some salt and some pepper. You can just add those to taste. And then there was still something kind of missing, so I added 2 more things. I added maybe half a teaspoon of vinegar, and then I added some marjoram as well. I don't know, marjoram just has like a very bright, kind of like citrusy, but also minty scent, and it tastes nice, so I added some of that. A little more cumin, and it's still very tomato-y, which is nice because I wanted it to be a tomato-based soup. I didn't necessarily want it to be that tomato-y, but hey. So it worked out. It tastes really good. I really like it. I've kind of been like tasting it as I go. I'm just gonna plate it up and enjoy it because it's really good. So she is plated and she looks delicious, and I'm gonna enjoy. I just threw a little bit of parsley, some chives, and some cheddar. That's all you really need in this world, isn't it? So that's my weird soup concoction and I'm gonna go enjoy. Mwah. Love you guys. See you next time, and I hope you get to make something good too. Toodles.